2 rain barrels, same size, same water, same backyard. One stayed clean all summer. The other became a mosquito nursery. The difference cost $3. The pest control industry sells $40 sprays that last 3 hours. This costs $20 and Rain runs it for free. Today, the archive investigates the exact build, the 2015 German study that proved it works, and the 270-year history of why nobody told you. In a previous investigation, the archive examined copper's effect on plant growth. Today, we follow a different thread, the insects. Here is what this investigation covers. First, the exact build. 15 minutes, $20, no wiring. Then, the history. 1747 to 2015. 3 centuries of documented evidence. And finally, the German lab study that explains why your grandmother's copper rain barrel never had a single mosquito. One safety note before we begin. Zinc is toxic to pets if swallowed. Keep zinc nails out of reach of dogs and cats. A galvanic cell. That is the technical name. But the concept is simpler than it sounds. 2 different metals in a moist medium. One gives up electrons. The other collects them. Current flows, and that current releases metal ions into the surrounding soil or water. Here is what you need. 1 copper pipe or copper fitting, about $3. 1 zinc nail or zinc strip, about $1. 1 wooden stake, about $2. And moist soil, which is free. If you want to treat a rain barrel instead, a copper coil costs about $5. The build takes 15 minutes. Push the zinc into the soil on one side. Push the copper into the soil on the other side, 2 to 3 centimeters apart. The moisture in the soil completes the circuit. For rain barrels, it is even simpler. Drop a copper coil in. Done. Every time it rains, the moisture recharges the cell. No batteries, no wiring, no maintenance. The galvanic reaction between copper and zinc is basic electrochemistry. Copper is the cathode. Zinc is the anode. Moisture is the electrolyte. The reaction releases copper ions and zinc ions into the surrounding medium. You can build this during a commercial break. The rain does the rest. Now you know what to build. But the archive always asks, when did someone first discover this? The answer begins in 1747. With 200 monks, Abbé Jean-Antoine Nollet was a physicist to King Louis XV of France. In 1747, he conducted an experiment that had nothing to do with pest control. He lined up 200 Carthusian monks in a chain, connected them with iron wire, and discharged a Leyden jar. Every monk jumped simultaneously. The chain conducted electricity across the entire line. But here is what Nollet noted in his journal that most history books leave out. The insects near the apparatus fled. He was not studying pest control. He was studying electricity. The insects were an accident, an observation he recorded but never pursued. Nearly a century passed. In 1841, a Scottish clockmaker named Alexander Bain patented the earth battery. Copper and zinc plates buried in moist soil to generate electrical current. 4 years later, a man named Robert Foster wrote a letter to the British cultivator, dated March 1845. Foster reported that the areas near his buried copper and zinc pairs had noticeably fewer insects than the rest of his property. This is the first written account the archive found linking galvanic cells specifically to pest deterrents. Foster noticed something Bain never published. The bugs vanished. Now we move forward to the 1920s. Justin Christophe Flo, a French inventor, began manufacturing copper and zinc devices for farmers. He called them electroculture apparatus. His claims included both improved plant growth and reduced pest activity. He sold 150,000 units across France. 150,000. Then World War I disrupted everything. Metal was rationed. Production stopped. After the war, the synthetic pesticide industry boomed. DDT entered the market. Chemical sprays became the standard. Christophe Flo's devices quietly disappeared from catalogs. The archive does not claim conspiracy. The archive notes that a $20 copper device has no advertising budget. A $40 spray does. 3 centuries of accounts. Nole in 1747. Foster in 1845. Christophe Lowe in the 1920s. Each documented the same observation independently. Insects responded to copper and zinc in soil. But accounts are not proof. In 2015, a German lab decided to test it. Dr. Norbert Becker led a team at the German Mosquito Control Association in Heidelberg. They published their findings in Parasites and Vectors, a peer-reviewed journal, in 2015. The study tested copper ions released into standing water at various concentrations. The result was near-complete mosquito larval mortality within 72 hours. The mechanism is straightforward. Copper ions disrupt larval cell membranes and inhibit development. The larvae cannot survive. Now, the archive must be precise. The Becker study proves that copper ions kill mosquito larvae in water. That is documented. That is peer-reviewed. That is not debated. The claim that copper and zinc stakes buried in soil repel flying insects is different. The archive found historical accounts. Foster, Christophe Lowe. Thousands of modern gardeners reporting the same observation. But no controlled, peer-reviewed study confirming that specific claim. The archive separates what is documented from what is reported. Both are worth knowing. Only one is proven. So the science explains the water. But what about the rain barrel I mentioned at the beginning? 2 rain barrels. Both plastic. Both sitting under the same gutter. Same water source. Same sun exposure. Same backyard. One had a copper fitting at the bottom, left over from an old plumbing project. It was not put there on purpose. It was just there. End of summer. The copper barrel was clean. The plastic-only barrel was a mosquito hatchery. Larvae visible on the surface. I did not understand why until I read Becker's paper. The copper was releasing ions every time it rained. The barrel was treating itself. No chemicals, no filters, no maintenance. Just copper doing what copper does in water. Your grandmother probably had copper somewhere in her garden. A watering can, a fitting, a pipe. She did not call it pest control. She called it Tuesday. $3 of copper. 0 maintenance. Which raises an obvious question. If this works, why is the pest control industry worth $5.5 billion? The global pest control market generates $5.5 billion annually. Many consumer pesticides trace their lineage to chemical weapons research. Organophosphates, World War II nerve agent derivatives, DDT, and eventually the modern consumer sprays lining the shelves at your garden center. The business model is simple. Sprays last 3 to 4 hours. You reapply every week. Recurring revenue. A $20 copper bill that rain recharges generates 0 recurring revenue. There is no subscription, no refill, no repeat purchase, no business model. The archive does not claim anyone buried this on purpose. Economics did the burying. A product that works once does not build a company. A product that runs out builds an industry. So, here is where the archive closes. 2 metals. Moist soil or water. A galvanic cell that rain recharges for free. 270 years of documented accounts. 1 peer-reviewed German study proving copper ions kill mosquito larvae. $20? 15 minutes. And not a single monthly subscription. Materials list is in the pinned comment. Copper pipe, zinc nail, wooden stake. Start with 1 rain barrel. Watch it for a month. Then decide. If you have already tried copper in your garden or rain barrel, the archive wants to know what you observed. Drop it in the comments. Every data point matters. And the next time your neighbor asks why your rain barrel does not have mosquitoes, you can explain the 270-year history. Or you can just say, copper. Happy gardening.